Good morning, girls. How are you? I put this in the caption, but I don't know if people actually read those. I am dragging butt this week. I don't know what it is, but I cannot seem to find my motivation to want to go to work at all. Not even a little bit. So that means we need to get ready, do our makeup, and carry on with the day anyways. Don't mind my hair. This is my shower claw clip when I'm not washing my hair. Alright, we definitely need some eye cream. Okay, I made a big mistake yesterday and I picked up, so my stuff is not in my little pile. Good morning. It's actually pretty chilly out this morning. I'm definitely gonna put a sweater on. Alright, step 1, City Beauty lid lifting treatment. This is for, you get a little of this. You can see like right here, kind of some wrinkles. It starts young, guys. I wish it didn't, but it does. This just helps tighten that skin and lift it. So it's kind of like an eye primer / skincare in one that lasts all day. So it helps prep those eyelids, tighten them so that nothing's settling in, no fine lines. You know the drill. Good morning, good morning. What's everybody up to today? I'm having one of those days that I hated everything I put on. So this is just like a basic t-shirt, but I'm also still kind of hating the way this fits. And as you can see, I still have some of this going on. My legs are still super bumpy. Anyways, good chance I'm gonna change again. Good morning, Kathy. I think I just said that. All right, this is the Dr. Leo Lab by Dr. Leo eye cream. I love this stuff, and I will tell you, I'm not a huge eye cream person. I really like this. I really feel like it depuffs, it tightens, it's cooling, so it just really helps the face feel like, I don't know, like depuffed basically is the best thing I can think of, but like just cooling, very, very hydrated. I love it. And it is not expensive. I'll have it linked to a TikTok shop deal. I try not to do that because I know a lot of you aren't on TikTok shop. But on TikTok shop, this is the only place I can find it with the metal, which is like the cooling, depuffing aspect as you like rub it on your eyes. It's $20 and you get 10 free eye patches, like, you know, the ones you can put on in the morning, the little eye masks, and then it's free shipping. So it's a really, really good deal to order it that way. Good morning, Maristella. How are you, girl? What's everybody up to today? Anything fun? Not me. I am going to work, and I'm kind of having one of those weeks where I am just dreading it. I am dragging butt. It's not like I'm ever like pumped to go to work, you know what I mean? So there's none of that, but obviously most weeks I feel like it's just part of my routine, you know what I mean? Where this week I am like, every day I'm like, how is it not Friday? You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like you just have those weeks. All right, we're going in with our SPF primer. Make sure you shop from the link I have up in the description, because I did some digging around on Google, Amazon, TikTok, all of that, and it was by far the best value because multiple vendors sell this. So it's not just like, oh, you only buy it from this brand, you know, Sador. It's like like a Walmart, you know what I mean? Where it's like multiple people or vendors or whatever sell it. And I've got the best deal linked, which is 2 of them for under $10 or $10.99. This one was $13.99 on TikTok, or $13, somewhere around there, which I was happy with. I thought that was a good deal. Color correcting, SPF 50, and primer. I was totally fine with that because finding a good SPF that doesn't agitate my eyes, actually works, and wears under makeup is quite a struggle. So I actually am fine paying more for a good SPF. So anyways, good morning, Dawn. Well, thanks for jumping on, even if you're driving to work. Got my best sister ever cup. I wish you guys could have seen the coffee cups this morning. So I make my boys empty the dishwasher, take out the trash, that kind of stuff. Sometimes vacuum. I usually still vacuum because I still have them vacuum, but I feel like I get a little more attention to detail with the vacuuming. So, you know, they can vacuum. But anyways, I do not want them being like husbands one day that act like they don't know how to do basic house chores. Like, they're going to be doing them. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, there was like a little teacup, like what you would think of in like, say, Beauty and the Beast, you know, that kind of teacup. And it was, say this is another coffee cup. The teacup is teetering like this, just hanging on like sideways from another cup. It's almost like it's floating midair. And then this big heavy cup is sitting inside the teacup. I'm like, if I had pulled one more cup out before I seen that, it was all coming down. And I just know that was carb. Blanche, how are you? I miss you. All right, I think we are prepped and ready. I did break my powder a little bit yesterday, but luckily I didn't break the whole thing. So we'll still be good. This is my Younique powder. I know, it's oldie. It's an oldie but a goodie, you guys. I love it. I've loved it for a long, long time, and I still do. I actually, one of the like main reasons that I went ahead and got curated with the transfer, and like basically you had to like re-sign up after that, after I had been a Younique affiliate for Younique, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't affiliates at first, it used to be presenter. Anyways, I had been a Younique affiliate forever. They've changed it a couple times. And then with curated, you had to like actually sign back up because it's like a totally different platform transformation. This powder was like one of the main reasons that I still signed up. I don't even think we get like a discount or anything on it, but I guess I probably make my little, oh shoot, I forgot to do my brows before I did this. Oh well. Anyways, I probably make my little 20% commission or something when I order for myself. I just ordered more, so I guess we'll see. Anyways, it's very good. It is a hydrating powder. It is not drying. The coverage is extremely versatile. You can apply it with a fluffy brush for a lighter coverage or to set a liquid foundation. I have a couple liquid foundations that I really, really like, but with my oily skin, I just feel like it never fully dries down. And I feel like that doesn't look good. Like throughout the day, it just kind of settles a lot more and can make your skin and stuff look even worse. I know people that don't set their makeup and their makeup looks just fine. So I don't know if when you have a little drier skin, maybe the makeup does set fully. But I think if you have normal to oily skin, it doesn't really like set. You know what I mean? Like it looks good the first hour that you put it on, and then it kind of turns into a slip and slide as the day goes on, as you're getting hot, sweaty, exposed to the elements, general, you know, just wearing your makeup throughout the day. So this is a great product, even if you have something you love, just to set it because it doesn't dry your skin out. Or like me, I'm going right over my primer and I love it. So very, very versatile in that way. And if you need a color match, just message me. What is everybody up to today? I'm definitely going to change the shirt, you know, when it's like bugging you. Also having this rash, like, whatever it is, hives, I don't know, is like nails on a chalkboard for me because I don't like the feeling or the look of like a bunch of texture, you know? So like I'm wearing pants every single day for sure because I don't like even to bed, you know what I mean? And then I just have to like ignore it because I do not want to like brush my hand on like a whole bunch of bumps. I hope it goes away soon. Keep your fingers crossed for me. All right, let's do a little bronzer. I don't know what we're gonna do today, especially because I don't foresee myself keeping this shirt on, but maybe we should do like a brighter lip. I feel like we haven't done that for a long time. Like a good red lipstick, I don't know, something. It's starting to feel like fall here. So how's the weather where you are? We had like, Monday was actually what I would say was chilly. Like it was literally 50 some degrees when I woke up. And I think the high for the day was maybe 68. Good morning, Robin. I have not. So I was going to get some Benadryl. Is that an antihistamine or is the antihistamine something else? I have, not every day, but when it first came on and it was like pretty bad, I sprayed it with Bactine, which is just antibacterial spray basically. But that might have been kind of pointless if say, because I don't know if it was something at the lake that just took a few days to set in, like, you know, I did walk through poison ivy or, you know, whatever, something without realizing it. I don't know. Or if it was like something I ate, so it's like internal, which I guess wouldn't make any difference in that. And I keep saying I'm going to take Benadryl, and every day I forget. I usually think of it when I'm like in the shower, and then I get out and I start making videos, doing stuff, all of that, and then I'm like running out the door and I'm like, crap. I think it's definitely getting better. It's just, I'm not really someone that typically gets a rash or anything, so it's like driving me crazy. You know what I mean? Benadryl will knock you out. Take at night. Take something like Zyrtec during the day. Okay, thank you, Robin. My grandson has poison ivy that looks just like your rash does. I wonder if that's what it is, Darcy, because someone replied to my story saying like, oh, it looks like poison ivy or another thing, which I forget the name of. I'm just going to do lychee today. That's kind of our tried and true these days. Anyways, I was like, well, I didn't show up until, I don't remember, you guys might, 2 or 3 days after we got back from the lake. And she said sometimes that does happen. Like sometimes it takes like a little delay, which I did not know. So there was this part when I was with my friend and we had just the boys on shore because her and my husband fished the tournament together. And we walked through like a lot of weeds. Like it's technically a national park in a lot of the places where we're at, so it's not like maintained at all. Like it's not like you can't spray national parks, you can't mow them, you know what I mean? Like it literally has to be completely natural. So there was this spot where we were like trying to walk back to the car, and we ended up going back down and like being like, okay, we need to find a new route because it was that bad. So I wouldn't be surprised if I walked through something there because like I said, it was like really tall weeds, flowers, all that kind of stuff. And I guess I wasn't really like paying attention. And I wasn't really in it for that long just because it was so bad that we were like, let's turn around. You know what I mean? But I definitely could have walked in something there. And I was in like my swimsuit with just a little cover up on. So my skin was definitely exposed. All right. There's a poison ivy soap you should try. Can't hurt. Jewel weed helps counteract poison ivy. I doubt they have that at my store here, but maybe when I go, if I go somewhere this weekend, I could definitely look. And Amazon Prime here takes at minimum 7 days, so I don't know if it would do me any good, but if I do go somewhere, I will definitely check for that. So thank you, Robin. And obviously it wouldn't hurt just to have it on hand as well, you know what I mean? For next summer or for every summer. My skin's also like really dry on my legs, which is also driving me crazy because I don't usually have like dry skin like that, but I wonder if that's just part of it. Why do I always get itchy or a runny nose right after I do my foundation when I'm trying not to like mess it up? All right, we're just combing these. I typically do this before I put any foundation on, but I just forgot. So, and the only reason I do it before is because sometimes I do quite a bit of like scraping and combing, and so I don't want to like pull off my foundation. Whoops, I forgot to turn my volume off. Sorry, guys. I am not really doing anything fun this weekend. We're gonna start getting ready for back to school. So I need to go through in both the boys' closets, and they will be helping me so they can decide what they're keeping and what they're not. And then they both need sports physicals because they were gone the day that they had them at the school. So I think we're going to do that Monday. And we need to go back to school shopping. So like supplies, clothes. I did get my older son a lot of like t-shirts and stuff like that. And a couple hoodies last weekend just because I found some good deals. So he won't need a ton, but they're still going to need PE shoes and, you know, all that fun stuff, notebooks, binders. So that's probably going to be most of my weekend is going to be stuff like that. Have you done oatmeal baths to soothe your legs? I have not. Honestly, they don't really hurt. They're just bugging me. Like, the texture of it's just bugging me. You know what I mean? But they aren't, like, painful. I don't think I've used this, like, maybe ever. Maybe we should try that. I've used it, like, 2 times. Chlorine may help dry the rash up, too, if it's poison ivy. That's a good idea, so I could, like, go to the pool or something. That has plenty of chlorine in it. Maybe I'll do that tonight, because both my kids are working anyway, so... If it's not busy, I'll maybe go jump in there and walk around in it for a while. I'm just using, right now, antibacterial soap. That's all I've been doing. So, I haven't been doing any, like, body wash or anything like soup. Obviously, it still has a scent, but I haven't been doing any of, like, my smelly good stuff or anything. It's just antibacterial soap. Good morning, Christy. All right, I don't know if this liner is still around. At one point, it was retiring, I think, and they were just sending it out for free in Ophir packages to, like, get rid of it, I think. So, you might have this because there was, like, a good couple months there. Everyone was just getting one of these. If you have it, it's the shade Coral. Or if it's still on the website. I don't know why it would retire because I really like it. It's, like, crazy pigmented. It's kind of funny to use, like, a really good lip liner after using those cheapy ones, which... Like I said, they're 100% worth the $10, but you're like, oh, the color's right there. I actually don't need a heavy hand, which I initially started with just from using those other ones every single day. Okay, I'm looking in my mirror. I'm wearing, like, kinda low-waisted jeans today. I was a teenager in the 2000s, so they are not that low-waisted, but below the belly button. That level of low-waisted. And it feels so weird. And it was also weird because I held them up, and they were, like, my size, but I was like, man, they just look so big. Because, we're gonna clean this up, don't panic. I've gotten used to judging the waist based on being up above the belly button, you know, not on the hips. So I was like, thank God, I was looking for a smaller size, couldn't find one. So I ended up getting my size, and I'm like, I'm really glad I didn't find a smaller size because there's no way they would have fit. But I was just, you know, sizing in every pant is like different. It's not like they ever are the same. You know what I mean? And so I was like, these just look like they're going to be too big. But I was like, I guess I could have like a loose pair of jeans or something. No. Thank God I did not find that other size. The like thigh part is a little baggy, but that's like supposed to be the style of it, you know? But like in the waist and the butt, if I had gotten a smaller size, I wouldn't be able to get these up. But I'm used to holding up, you know, like for this part of my waist, and they're like down on the hip, so I'm holding them up and I'm like, they just look too big, you know? Thank you, Robin. I don't wear it very often because coral and pinks are hit or miss on me. I feel like this one's a little bit more that like red orange, and I do like that at times. But more of a pinky coral, I tend to hate on me, if that makes sense. Okay. Do I like it? I'm not sure, but we needed to change it up. We've been doing a lot of the same makeup, so we needed to switch up. Okay, let's see. I kind of want to do Robin, Don't Kill Me. I'm just kidding, obviously. I kind of want to do like a cheek and a lip and leave our eyes very plain. Watermelon, let's try you. I know Robin is screaming at the phone. Put that blush down. I'm totally teasing you, by the way, Robin. I know you're not ever like saying it in like a bad way or anything like that. I'm just totally teasing you. All right, we're gonna have to warm this up a little bit because we opened all of our windows last night and it, like I said, it's starting to feel like fall. It's in the 50s at night, so this did get a little chilly. Don't need much, so I always kind of spread it out between both sides. Lip and eye and leave cheeks plain. Oh, I love it. Okay, so this is the shade Watermelon, which is super, super pigmented. You guys have seen me use the cheek sticks 8 million times. You know I love them. They are vitamins, they are skincare infused, but one of the main ingredients is vitamin C, which can help a lot with skin discoloration, protect from like free radicals and pollution, brighten up the skin. It is very, very good for your skin, especially during the day, because vitamin C creates a really good protective layer on the skin. So that's great. It has a natural glow to it. I did put highlighter underneath, so obviously you can see that, but I've worn this a ton with no highlighter underneath, and it has a very pretty glow where I feel like you don't even actually need highlighter. I love them. If you love a blush, go get one. If you want a more neutral shade, Watermelon is obviously one of the brightest ones. But if you like a softer, like more neutral shade, some great options are Raisin, Pink Apple, and Brown Pear. They're both a little bit less of that like bright pop of color. Don't worry, we are going to set our face, probably use a little setting powder, and that's going to kind of neutralize some of this color and take our hair down. Is the yellow shirt too much with the red? I will say my arms are like pretty much completely healed up, which is odd because I feel like my arms, I'm putting like perfume on, oil on. Like you would have thought they would heal up last. Itching way easier because I'm not like, they're not covered. But if it was a poison ivy or something, I won't talk about this again after today. I'm sure you guys are so bored of it. But I'm just thinking out loud here. If it was like poison ivy or something and I was walking through that field, like my legs were probably getting a lot more exposure to it than like my arms or my hands, since I was probably like trying to, keep them out of the way. So I guess that would make sense. I did. So I just got a trim. I don't think you'll even be able to tell. It just feels refreshed. All the split ends are gone, so it's not really anything new, just split ends and all that stuff. Okay, thank you, Dawn. I'm wearing a strapless bra, and as someone who's not 20 with no kids, I've never been 20 with no kids. Some of you might not know this about me, but I had 3 kids by the time I was 20, all 3 of them. I feel like I put this hairspray in my hair yesterday. It's a Stronghold hairspray. I don't usually do that unless I'm doing like a slick back and updo, something that I'm not going to brush my hair again. But at the end of it, I was like, I just kind of want a little bit more volume, and then I got a little carried away. So anyways, that's why my hair is a little bit harder to brush. And I made a tutorial, but I had not used the hairspray at all in the tutorial. I only used Full Grit, which Full Grit is, you can easily brush through your hair the next day. So, and that gives a ton of volume. I will say with Full Grit, so I've had a few questions on that, and I kind of want to clarify something. I love texture. I love volume. I love texture. My hair naturally is super soft. It's flat. There is no natural volume in it. You know what I mean? So I'm all for some texture and grip that I can do a braid. I can do a big bun. If my hair is down, it can be a little messier and have more volume. But hence the name, which I feel like they named it very well because it seems like that will alert people to this. It's a gritty texture. So it's a very full grit. And it feels like you can feel it in your hair. You know what I mean? It doesn't make it greasy or weigh it down or anything, but it's like the grit texture spray, you know? I love it, but I think it's one of those products not everyone's gonna love. You're either gonna love it or hate it kind of thing. You know what I mean? So if you want a ton of texture, you want that like full grit, like lots of volume, lots of body, you'll love it. But if you're someone that like, if it feels like you have something on your hair, it makes you like, you know, like kind of like me with these hives, you will not like it. Yes, Robin, it was crazy. Please share lipstick. I need a good orange coral shade. I will do that. I gotta see if this even exists anymore, Dawn, because I think I got this on TikTok like 2 or 3 years ago, but I will definitely do some checking and I'll share it for you. But anyways, you have a good day too, Dawn. Yep, so I am 33 and I have one going into 7th grade, one going into 9th grade, and one going into sophomore year of college. So I forgot why I even mentioned that. I probably veered off track. There was probably a point to it, but I no longer because I forgot what I was saying. All right, this is like almost empty. Let's see if we can even get any out of it. I doubt it. Like, look at that. We're gonna try though. Then we're gonna throw it away instead of putting it back. Ooh, maybe. We're making a lot of progress. We don't need much, but this isn't even like one squirt worth yet. Okay, if you like oil, I'm gonna try this since it's like empty. If you do like hair oil, but you feel like it makes you greasy, the Oil Serum Hybrid Styler, I'm gonna link you guys to hair care since that's what we're talking about today, because I do have a good hair care sale. So anyways, if you like, it's empty, it's dead. If you like oil, but it feels greasy or it like weighs your hair down, for one, always make sure you don't eat a ton. So that's key step number 1. 2, the Oil Serum Hybrid Styler is a hybrid product. So you can see it's kind of a water-based oil, like you can see how easily it moves. So it actually gives you a little bit of grip, a little bit of hold, and it's an oil. So I'm gonna take my rings off just so my hair is not like getting hooked in. Oh, okay, good morning, Julie. So basically what I was gonna say is I feel like when I wear a strapless bra, it just keeps falling down and like pulling everything down with it. And I'm like, lady, like you're supposed to be up, like you're not pulling it. Like I feel like it slowly starts like sliding down. You know what I mean? Gravity for one, because obviously these girls have been through it. But number 2, like bras are supposed to do the opposite, not keep pulling them down even further than they go on their natural. So I keep trying to like pull it up into like this little built-in padding thing, whatever it's called, and it's sewn in, which I hate that, but whatever. Anyways, this one's really good. It'll help eliminate frizz. It gives you a little bit of hold, and since it is like a water-based oil, it doesn't make your hair greasy or weighed down or anything like that, but it still helps eliminate frizz and can just be a really good like style rejuvenation. Good morning, Julie. You came in at the perfect time. I'm sure you're seeing the comments like, what are we talking about? But it's all girls here. I mean, you guys know the drill. You know the drill. Unless you have fake ones, then I guess maybe you don't have that problem. But if you're working with the all natch, I already know you know. I know you know. Still so crazy to think you're not much older than I am. I always forget that and think you should be older, not in a bad way. I totally know what you meant, Kenya. I'll send you a link to a strapless bra I've been using. I finally found one that stays in place and is comfy for me. Please do. So I found a strapless bra that I do really like. It does stay in place, which I feel like it's pretty tight because of that. But it's like a push-up bra, so it's like a legit like bra, you know, like with some padding or whatever. So I don't know, that's the only weird thing about it is I feel like it's kind of weird looking, because probably if you had like, you know, smaller boobs or something, it would be fine. But I feel like because it's a push-up, like, and I feel like you can kind of see that with this, but not that much. It's like this part of the bra is smaller than all the muffin top and armpit stuff that comes out. Would anyone else notice? Definitely, probably not. Do I notice? Yes. Oddly enough, I have had, it's probably because I've had boobs since I was literally in like second grade. I was an early developer, whatever they call that. Honestly, like first grade, which is crazy. So I think that's like one thing that I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? And then I had like a natural D-ish, which I'm not complaining because after I had ridge and carve, they like got smaller and then kind of grew back. But when they got smaller for like breastfeeding and stuff, I was like, careful what you wish for, because now I hate this after wishing that I had smaller boobs when I was like in school and stuff. Girl problems. You guys know the drill. Whatever you have, it's like, oh, I don't like that. And then you don't have it and you're like, wait, I want that back. I don't know. Okay, let's do a little shine spray. I would put some more texturizing spray in, but I'm like, I just don't know if I need it. My blowout honestly looked so good yesterday, but then I put that hairspray in, and since I have fine hair, I feel like that kind of tangles it up, but you live and learn. Okay, I feel like that's totally good for the day. It did take me a while, so I'm gonna share the tutorial. I just haven't edited it yet. Oh, I remember why. I was like, why didn't I edit that? I had a friend in town yesterday, which is so random. She's from a small town just like me. It was Alyssa Kenya. Kenya's the only one on here that I think I've seen that like would know her. Anyway, she texted me or messaged me and was like, hey, where do you live? And I was like, oh, like, so the same town. I'm thinking like, this is random, you know what I mean? And then she says she's here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'll hurry up. Because I'm thinking, oh, they're just passing through, you know, going on their way to Billings or wherever. Because we live about, even though we both live in rural Montana and like this area side of the state, she's probably a good 3.5, 4 hours from me still. So it's not close, you know what I mean? Like, we're not usually in each other's neck of the woods, ever. And then she said she was going to be here for like 3 days. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, well, I'll come over tomorrow. Because they had like just gotten done. I was doing something, whatever. But I'm like, when you asked me where I live, I didn't know you meant like my address. I thought you meant like the town. So that was fun. I got to visit with her, hang out for about 2 hours or 2.5 hours. We became friends from our unique days. So she was on my unique team. We both did unique. We went on like a lot of trips together. And that's how we knew each other. And obviously, since none of us, like I obviously can still sell unique. A lot of them don't even sell unique anymore, but I still sell the products, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? There's no like conventions, and obviously the trip earning, I do not sell enough to earn a trip, and it would be like by myself. You know what I mean? Because I don't have a bunch of friends like I used to. But anyways, we just became very good friends over the years. And then when unique kind of all like fell apart, everyone went and did, you know, their own thing, maybe joined a new company, whatever. We've still been friends on Facebook and like TikTok. So I kind of keep up a little bit that way, you know, just with her posts or whatever she shares. But as far as like talking day to day, we just don't really do that anymore. It's kind of like, you know, when you have a job and you have coworkers, but ultimately like the job is what's keeping everyone together. You know what I mean? Like that's what's keeping everyone on the same page, in touch every single day. And then when one person gets a different job, that you just slowly like drift apart. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what happened with Unique. I still have friends and like we'll still talk from time to time, but it wasn't like we didn't have that thing that like kept everyone in more constant contact, you know? Don't know her personally, but I'm sure I've seen her lives and such with Unique. She's so sweet. Yes, she is so funny. So it was really fun to get to catch up with her because like I said, it's been years, even though we both, because obviously a lot of Unique people, they were in other states. I thought I had a tiny little, sorry, that was really disgusting. I thought I had like the tiniest little, whatever you call it, and I like choked myself to death. Anyways, obviously a lot of people were in other states, even other countries. So you would think with her and I both being in Montana, like, oh, you guys probably see each other regularly. But we were 4 hours apart, so no, you know what I mean? And we're just both busy, you know the drill. There are reasons I love you. Julie, I was like, oh my God, that is so disgusting. I thought I had like the tiniest little, like I was just gonna do that instead of wiping it. And then I choked myself to death on my own boogers, which is disgusting. Did not expect that to happen. That was crazy, honestly. I apologize for everyone that had to witness that. Yesterday, I burped on Facebook Live, which for some people, obviously, burping wouldn't be like that weird. But when I tell you guys, I literally burp. I don't know why. I've never been a burper. I wish I burped and didn't fart. Like, I wish that was what... I wish that was the way the air went, but I literally burp like maybe 3 times a year. What happens when I drink pop and stuff, I do not burp, I get the hiccups. It's very random. But anyways, so when I do have my couple random burps a year, I never like know it's coming. And so then it just like, I'll just like randomly burp and I guess not hold it back or like even know it's coming. You know what I mean? Because it just like comes out. So yeah. Keeping it real and raw. Right. A little too raw for me, Kenya. But that's one thing about it. We're keeping it real. Okay, after I put the mascara on, I'm really liking this, especially in the mirror. I feel like in my phone it's a little bright, but I feel like in the mirror, what a pretty summery look. I'm not ready to let summer go yet. I know so many of you, you're ready for fall, you're ready for the pumpkins, you're ready for the holidays. I am not. I'm hanging on to summer until September. Like, I cling on until my birthday. My birthday's in October before I finally let it go. Usually when there's like a football game that I'm having to wear a raincoat and like my winter coat and like rain gear because it's snowing, then I'm like, well, it's kind of still summery because we still have like sometimes football games are hot. Yeah, what did I do? Okay, sometimes when I do a big chunk like that, I'll use my finger while it's still wet and just kind of do that. But if you got little flecks, let it dry, grab your spoolie. Yes, very pretty summer look today and beautiful hair too. Yes, I'm excited to show you guys that tutorial. So like I said, when I put the hairspray in, I still am not mad that I did it because I thought it looked really good yesterday and that hairspray did add a little bit of oomph. I kind of wish I would have done it in the tutorial because no one actually got to see it at like its full max potential. So that made it a little harder to brush today. Otherwise it would have been super easy, but I tried a new kind of blow up method. It took me longer. However, I feel like if I can wear it like this for at least 2 days, today and yesterday, and then possibly tomorrow, I'm also fine if I switch to half up or up tomorrow. I have no issues with that. I don't even need dry shampoo or anything yet, but I'm fine taking a little extra time as long as it actually looks good and lasts. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. Okay, I'm a little flat up here, but I'll probably mess with my part. So I'm planning on going a few days without washing it because I'm kind of over that, like fixing my hair every day. I go in stages where I'll wash my hair every day and then I am kind of like, no, you're ruining my life because my hair looks better if I put it in a pony or a bun or something like that when it's dirty than if I just wash it and leave it to air dry. You know what I mean, girls? The girls who get it, we get it. Anyway, so I don't want to put anything on my scalp too early in our no wash process. Anyone else with dry shampoo, if you don't have fine hair, it probably just like magically goes away. But if you have fine hair, the more product you put in, even lifting products can weigh it down. But that full grit, I'm obsessed with that. Oh, there's a giant cat that just walked into my driveway. And this hairspray is really, really good. But like I said, it's a stronghold hairspray. So if you like a stronghold, and I'm talking like nothing's budging when you use this, Trois Chic. So that's the one. It used to be in a big silver can. Anyways, I'm going to link you guys to a $9.95 sale. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm just going to do 2 little puffs and kind of rub it in. By 2, I meant 20. I'm going to link you guys to the $9.95 sale. So if you like a Stronghold hairspray, get this. If you don't, skip it. It does make your hair a little harder to brush the next day, which is why I usually only start using it when I'm moved into my updo phase. I'm only doing space buns, braids, stuff that I don't really have to like brush my hair that good for, or I don't care if it gets frizzy when I brush it, you know? All right, I love it. I'll link everything up in the description if I can find this. I don't know if that lip liner exists, but I'll look. I hope you guys have an amazing day. If you haven't heard my spiel, I got this from Shein last year, but how cute is it? And remember how expensive these charm necklaces were for a while? Anyways, I go live Monday through Thursday between 8 and 8:30 Mountain Standard Time. I'm clicking that live or earlier every single day. And then I do go live sporadically on the weekends. I think we're actually on like day 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there of going live in a row. That's sporadic though, so I do tell everyone, turn notifications on if you don't like the replay and you want to actually get on, ask questions, say hi, chit chat. Just tap the screen, the little description box will pop up here. Tap that bell and turn on all notifications. You can also go to my page and there's like a 3-line thing kind of in the top right corner of every page you go to. And you can, right now you're probably following or on like default. If you add me to your favorites, that will show you more of my posts and hopefully keep you following me because Facebook is very hit or miss on that. So I would love to hang out with you again. If you guys have any look requests, anything like that. I know Elsie yesterday, which I don't really know what I would do different than what I did yesterday. So I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that. But if you have any look requests or need tips, I'm definitely not the makeup know-all, but I definitely have quite a bit of experience. So I might have something up my sleeve that could help you. Message me. I'm happy to take requests. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good Wednesday, and I will see you girls tomorrow.